the BHS Stage 2 ride assessment, the rider is observed riding 2 horses on the flat and 2 horses over fences. At this level, we expect the rider to show that they can maintain a secure, balanced position and ride in harmony with their horse. We're looking for a good rider position and clear empathy with each of the horses ridden on the day. We expect to see confidence and competence when riding the horses with and without stirrups in all 3 paces and when riding a series of basic school movements. We also expect to see ridden work with the reins in one hand. When jumping, we expect to see confidence and an acceptable level of competence with unknown horses, jumping up to and including a short course of fences that are a maximum height of 75 centimetres. For safety reasons, if a rider does not achieve the accepted level in the flat work assessment, they will not be permitted to continue to the jumping session. We may also ask a rider to withdraw from the jumping if at any time we consider it to be unsafe for them to continue. For the flat work, you'll typically ride in a group with 6 or more other riders, and this part of the assessment lasts around 45 minutes. At Stage 2 level, although it's not mandatory that we see the horse ridden to a competition frame, we do expect to see the horse ridden effectively from the leg to a consistent forward-thinking contact, and this will contribute to the horse working in a pleasing outline. For a more detailed explanation of what we want to see in the riding position, see the Stage 1 ride video. We'll expect the rider to show competence in riding on the correct trot diagonal, and the ability to change the diagonal when changing rein, and if it's not correct when coming out of a transition to trot. Likewise, we expect the rider to recognise an incorrect strike-off in canter and correct this efficiently and effectively while maintaining balance and harmony with the horse. Throughout, we want to see correct application of the aids, showing a good sense of placement, timing and effectiveness, as well as awareness of the horse's reaction once the aids have been applied. During the riding, there are some key aspects that the assessors would be looking for, such as good basic position, looking up and around the arena, showing balance and stability, consistent forward-thinking contact, riding forward with an awareness of others in the arena, showing feel and harmony, and good planning of transitions and movements. We'll conclude with an opportunity for the rider to review their performance and some discussion on the riding theory. This may include describing the horse's way of going using the scale of training, the use of aids including the seat, weight, legs and rein aids, and the correct use of a schooling whip if this wasn't observed during the riding assessment. Before the jumping gets underway, we'll want to see the rider preparing the horse to jump, shortening the stirrups ready to ride in a light seat, and demonstrating an appropriate warm-up with an active forward canter pace, turns and circles, and transitions. As part of the warm-up, we'll also want to see progressive jumping, which may include single cross pole and trot with a placing pole, cantering to a cross pole, an upright, an ascending spread, and possibly a grid of 2 fences. The rider will then jump a shortened course of fences. With the first jump complete, riders will then swap to their second horse. They will then have the opportunity to familiarise themselves in walk, trot and canter, and jump 2 warm-up fences before jumping a full course of fences. The course will consist of at least 7 single fences to a maximum height of 75 centimetres. Half of these will be spreads. The rider should have the chance to walk the jumping course before the assessment. We want to see a secure and balanced position over and between the fences, along with good lines, balanced turns, with straight approaches and controlled landings. We're also looking for a clear control of speed, gait and the ability to create an active forward jumping canter. If the horse has a run out or refusal, we'd expect the rider to handle this positively, first considering maybe why it happened, For example, evaluate if the horse had sufficient impulsion with a straight approach to the middle of the fence, then taking the appropriate steps to be successful on the second time of presenting. If the rider feels the horse requires a whip to be used as a backup to the leg, the preferred technique is to hold the horse straight with the reins in one hand and then apply the whip immediately behind your heel. We do not advocate the use of the whip down the horse's neck, as this could affect the consistency of the rein contact, giving the horse mixed messages. When jumping, some of the key aspects the assessors will be looking at would be ensuring the horse is prepared prior to starting the course, especially if the horse has been stood for a little while, riding a positive canter, that is an appropriate speed, riding good lines, ensuring you're looking for your next fence, arriving at the fence to a good takeoff spot, riding straight and arriving in the middle of each fence, trying to land on the correct canter lead and correcting it as soon as possible if not, and showing a balanced, secure position throughout. We'll conclude with an opportunity for the rider to review their performance and some discussion on riding theory. This may include talking about the horses ridden on the day, which the rider preferred and why, as well as desirable aspects of the horse's way of going and areas for further development.